On this side, you got Frank Baker. It's a series that's a technology private equity firm. Ronald Blaylock with Gen X 360 is a mid-market PE firm. Ursula Burns she now has a PE firm. You got Base 10, which is a venture and growth equity firm, and then you got Marcy Venture, which is a big firm. Now these names come from the list of the Forbes top 50 black money managers in the space. Most of those people in the space were VC, then they were PE, but they're in the space nonetheless, right? So now here's the most thing that people get wrong. You hear those names and you think exceptional individuals, lightning in a bottle, representation wins, feel good version, but that's not what 200 billion is. That's not a diversity milestone. The market rate power earned at scale, these aren't beneficiaries of somebody's diversity initiative. They're builders of capital. This is not a DEI initiative. This is not a DEI program. These are real builders that's building real capital, real companies that's impacting the market in real time, right? And the thing that they all share isn't talent. It's plenty of talent that's out here for 284 first time funds. Like there's plenty talent. Obviously, as we can see, that number is steady climbing. It's that they crossed the bridge of first fund to durable franchise. That's the whole game. How do we cross from being a first time manager into a durable platform that's going to last generations or decades to come and impact America and its businesses and the black community as we move and spearhead this thing ahead, right? Every dollar of that 200 billion tracks back to a person who had to get in the door somehow. Get in the door somehow. This is like real networks, building relationships, bootstrapping your firm, networks from schools, individuals, communities, all these things that you're getting in the door of. So the real question isn't who's raising today. It's where the next person is going to be. Who's the next Frank Baker? Who's the next Ursula? And where are they sitting right now? And the answer might catch you off guard because a lot of them are freshmen on campus who just whose name you already know, right? Whose names you already know. These are the different freshmen that's on campus that's out here right now. You have companies like AltFinance where the stakes is high. Here's the stakes. The pipeline doesn't fill the $200 billion story that says a story about a handful of people. The future of wealth building, the capacity of this entire community depends on who walks through the door in the private markets over the next 10 years and who's already inside. That's the pipeline. And how do you build a pipeline? So how does a student at a HBCU, no family on Wall Street, no connections, no end, actually break into the industry that runs almost entirely on who, because that's how you get into this industry, based off who? Well, the answer is AltFinance, launched in 2021 by three giants, Apollo, Ares, and Oaktree, led by a black CEO, black-led company, but backed by these three big private equity giants. And what they're doing is they got a 10-year, $90 million commitment to build a pathway from HBCUs into the alternative investment space, from PE to private credit, the whole asset world, not just startups, not just VC, right? More than 77% of the first fellowship class completed a competitive summer analyst program, the actual on-ramp into these careers. Now, your first instinct is probably, this is a nice corporate diversity program, a feel-good check, three big firms wrote for good PR. But here's the reframe. Three of the largest alternative asset managers on the planet did not commit $90 million in 10 years out of charity. They did it because talent is a competitive asset. They're building their own supply chain. They need these students, and that's why it's a durable one-time diversity pledge. Never is its infrastructure not a gesture. So basically, these guys are building a pipeline for black people to become emerging managers, get into the alternative asset. Why? Because they need a diverse pool of thought. They need a diverse pool of eyesight. They need a diverse pool into different communities that affect the whole of America. And AltFinance is leading that path with directing students from HBCUs directly into the alternative asset management space, because we're typically not coming from backgrounds of the Ivy Leagues. We're not coming from strong family connections. We're not coming from families who's already in the space that can get us in the space. We're not coming from a long line of door knockers of people who can say, hey, here's 100 million, here's 50 million, here's 5 million for you to start your fund. So we got to get it in. AltFinance created that path led by the three giants, Apollo, Aries, and Oaktree. So overall, like, black investments are doing good. The funds are up, right? We got over 1,200 firms out there. The thing that's going to have them stick the moat is going to be how well that these black firms can develop their thesis around what they're looking to do. Plenty of them to cover as we continue to unlock money market briefs and uncover what these guys and girls are actually doing. A lot of them are in the VC space, and it's very slim pickings in the PE and buyout world. But the bar is high, but there's so much room at the top for you to sit if you are a black manager, fund manager today. If you want to start your own investment firm, independent co-sponsor and co-investment deal, PE firm, buyout, VC, there's plenty in the VC space. But that buyout world, the sit at the top is open. When you look at the top Forbes list of billionaires that's out there, there's only about 3 or 4 of them that sits on the investment side of business and dealings. The rest of them are coming from your entertainments or your entertainers and artists in some way.